Welcome back to Truly Heal and video number 5 of our Rife training, where we talk about the BCX Ultra Deluxe in combination with different treatments. In this video we look at this beautiful PEMF mat that you can use to pulse electromagnetic waves into your body, to recharge your system, to activate all your cells, and overlay it with Rife frequencies that then kill off pathogens, restore energy, harmonize your cell, and revitalize the body. Now the combination is actually quite intriguing. At first I was very skeptical because, PMF in itself is miraculous, is wonderful. And if you then add a Rife treatment on top, you kill off pathogens, and with PMF you detoxify and transport everything out. What we normally say is, before any treatment, no matter what treatment you do, if you use PMF before, the results will be enhanced, similar to ozone. Now here we have both at the same time, and this is really intriguing. So let me explain the concept. You have the BCX Ultra, as you know, in all the previous videos, which is the base model that generates all those Rife frequencies. And then you have here a little power supply that converts those energies into this big mat. And let me just turn it on for you to show you how the process works. We have here the instruction sheets, which go step by step, and I try to follow them as easy as I can to give you an overview. Now you see here in the screen the BCX Ultra, which I turn on, and then it says nicely, welcome. I haven't plugged anything in but this unit here for my gloves. And because in our previous videos we didn't combine different modalities, I always did just far infrared or just the beam. In this way I thought I'll show you that we can use both at the same time. So we plug in the gloves and then we select the treatment, for example, arthritis. There's many treatment programs that we can do. Bone healing, circulation, general cleanse and detoxification against cold and flu, Epstein-Barr virus. Chronic fatigue, a very powerful one. This is something I've tested with 2 patients that have chronic fatigue, and I gave them the mat and said, well, just use it. And both of them ordered straight away a device because the energy that you get, and chronic fatigue is always based on deficiencies, on infections, infectious loads, usually also heavy metal. The detoxification process, the restoration, the lowering of the pathogenic load was phenomenal. Epstein-Barr, chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, you will love this mat. Fungus and mold in general, and we all know that mold and fungus are the worst blockers of detox process, of healing process, of anything else. So you want to get rid of those first, and that's quite easy because they're packed into one program. Headaches and migraines, healing 1, 2, 3, immune building, and so on. Nerve regeneration, I spoke already before in the far infrared, and that's the same here with PMF. Now many of you will ask, what do I need? Do I need the far infrared? Do I need the PMF? It really depends. The power of detoxification is with both. If you induce heat into an area and you open blood vessels, detoxification will happen. PMF is more intracellular. It actually pulses all of those little cells free, all their pathways due to the energetic pulse, the magnetic field. So this might be better for detoxification, whereas far infrared is better for healing. Both of them in the overlaying factor with the Rife frequencies kill off pathogens, stimulate healing, and do both. So it really depends. If you're more a hot person and you don't need that warmth, then the PMF mat might be more suitable. If you're on the other side, you're always cold and you feel like you need some warmth and energy, well then the far infrared mat might be better. Or in summer you use this, in winter you use that. It really depends. I cannot tell you. We've used with this whole body mat with Lyme patients. It's a very gentle treatment. It's actually more gentle than the glass-held tubes. And still it affects the whole body. It works for arthritis in the same way for pain. So I can't tell you. It's something you need to figure out for yourself. And for me, it was pretty obvious. I like the big mat more. I'm a hot person. I'm always hot. I need hardly a blanket in the winter. So for me, it's really great. If I don't have an induced heat, for my wife, she loves the far infrared. She snuggles with it, she lays on it and really soaks up the warmth. So it depends on personality. Both use the same frequencies as an overlay, but they have slightly different energy fields. So let me go through and show you how to set it up. We use a program, what did we say we want to use? Arthritis, because then we can use the gloves and really have that massive effect, not only on our elbows and joints, but also on our hands. So arthritis is CP47. So we run a preset program. No, we change. We run a custom program, and you can see it behind me. Okay, now, yes, that's okay. Now use default system. No, we want to change that and go on. Now use electric and ray tubes. No, because we have no ray tubes connected, the plasma tubes, so we change. And electric and LED. No, and electric and external. Yes, we have electric for the gloves and we have external for PEMF. So that would be what we need. Now, run minutes, 3 minutes per frequency. I turn that down to 2 so that, how many frequencies do we have? We have arthritis, quite a few. So let me change that to 1. Now that won't have a big healing effect. You remember, we set frequencies from 3 minutes up to 7 minutes to actually transform the cell through electroporation to overcharge the membrane, to disform the cell and make it pop. So you don't want to run the frequencies too short. Maybe for first time to get used to it. Maybe a second time you induce to 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes and slowly build up. Always ease into a treatment quite gentle. Okay, now duty cycle. Remember, we need to turn to 100%. So we say change and we turn it up to 100. Okay, now soft start, no, it's an electric pad, so we want to start it full. Auto shut off is okay. Then we have carrier, yes, that's okay. And what was that? Oh, it's hard to read upside down. Waveform square, that's okay. Square as well. Now, you remember we need to change to, with our PMF mat, to 10,000 max. Okay, and we do that by changing up here to 9 and going down to 1. Here we have it. See, this time I made it right. Now we turn this to 0 and then we go all the way to the back and now 1 back. See, now it's 10,000 and that's okay. And frequency, we have many frequencies here. So frequency 1, yes. Is there more? Yes. 2 frequency, yes. So we need to go through until we see here no more number. And 8, 9, and 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, none. So we go 1 back and say, okay, no more frequency. No, that's it. And plugs, electric and external. Okay, now press start to continue, to start the process. And we press start. Now it starts in 3, 2, 4, 5, rocket launch, and we get going. You realize this was now a few times, and even upside down, it's really easy to achieve. Now, you hear that? This is the first frequency that we run. And because most of the programs start with 10,000 hertz. Let me just see if I find a spot where it's really loud. Now, 10,000 hertz, and let me just hold this. Oops. I tangled my microphone cable again. You can hear that? It's a very high-pitched sound. And as soon as it changes to the next frequency, you will hear that. Now I'll put it back down as soon as it did. This is how you can hear the different frequencies. Now, if you feel the mat, you won't feel anything. In some cases, on low frequencies, when we have the PEMF, the pulse electromagnetic fields, which is from 10 to about 60 hertz, and you lay your ear on the mat, you hear that duck, 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 those very low frequencies. You heard it changed, and we're now at 880 hertz. So it changes in sequence, and that's what you want, because all of those frequencies have a different effect. I should put my cable away, it looks very untidy. Okay, now, the power of PEMF, the power of PEMF without popping into the microphone, is probably one of the most healing energies that there is, because the magnetic field that charges the body is most conducive with your overall energy. So laying on the mat, if you have sore muscles, if you have any kind of lack of energy, is really great. And there is a few programs in here which are really beautiful, just like body tune-up, general frequencies. And I don't know if I can show you. Let me see if it works. See the bottom one? Oops, I need to go. See those frequencies? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 24, 47. These are frequencies that are very, very low earth magnetic fields. So they bring you back into this general restoration of energy. There is also programs for nerve regeneration, which is 15, 18, 20, 47, 59, 96, 40 and 13.5. Again, all those frequencies have been tested, have been evaluated and repeatedly used with great success. Healing in general, 47, 432, all of those low frequencies that recharge the body. Now, many of the programs that you will find have a combination. They have high stimulating, they have harmonizing frequencies, they have low magnetic frequencies, and in sequence. So they build up momentum, they fill the body and energize, and that's what we want. And you heard again, the frequency changed again. It goes now in 1 minute intervals through all those different frequencies, and that's what your body will feel. If you take the speaker away, there is no sound, there is no noise. It's actually dead quiet. So if you feel disturbed by that high frequencies, just don't use the speaker. For me, it gives you an insight on what we do. And there's areas where it's very low and quiet, and there's areas where it's right on that field where it's very loud. So just relax on the mat, put the speaker somewhere far to the side so that you just hear it, because once you feel an effect, you want to note down the frequency. It has probably some meaning, and then you can find out what it does. All right? That's it. Now here we have with external and the mat, the opportunity to really use that for healing of certain areas. And you can use either the electrodes, the brass tubes, you can use those little stickers to put on certain areas, or you can just lay down with all fingers in the right holes and just relax. And there is no conductivity, this is a shielded mat, so you can just lay down and have that energy going into your elbows, into your knees, into your sacral area, into your hands, and just allow the body to restore, to detoxify, to kill off pathogens, and to heal. And that's pretty much it. Very simple and very conclusive. Now in our next video, we look at laser treatment, which is something that you can add as a special bonus on top by using the BCX Ultra. You have in here a little LED wand that you can connect, or like the external devices, you can use a hardcore laser and then use that energy to restore, to beautify. Many of you know that already. It's a pain relief, it's a healing power, it's a rejuvenation tool, and it is an anti-wrinkle beauty therapy. So we can use that in the same way, overlaid with Rife frequencies. And we look at some of the frequencies here that help with that setup.